Okay. Yes. Good. Okay. Hi, and welcome to my daily Facebook Live. This is number 91 of Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. Today's topic is actually inspired by a friend of mine. I'll get to that in a second. Let me start with my formal introduction first, since you're just joining me. If you are for the first time, welcome. My name is Barry Selby. I am a relationship attraction expert supporting, or should say serving, strong, successful women to find balance in love, life, and business. I'm a passionate champion for divine feminine, and I love to help women be empowered and strong in their lives and in love. This topic is a spin-off of that. One of my dear friends, Laurie, even though we haven't met yet, we've been very close on a lot of levels now. Languaging understands each other. So I wanted to speak to a topic that she stirred up early today about women who are successful in their business while in a relationship, who basically say they're going to retire their husband, meaning they don't need him to make money anymore. I'm not going to go in that direction because that's been covered on her post, and I might go back and do another one later. But the one I want to talk to today is a woman who's single, who's made it in the world. How does she attract the right man? Because that's my audience. That's most of my clients have been in a place where they're doing really well in the world, and they want to find a man that's going to match and walk with them. And that's kind of one of the keys, is that if you are a successful, strong woman in the world, a successful, strong, and single woman in the world, let me qualify that, you may have some old programming, beliefs, framework around the idea of relationship and what sort of man you can attract. You've grown your business and your life beyond that level, but you still go back to the reflexive way of being in a relationship that you were 20 years ago, perhaps. Is that ringing a bell for you, perhaps? I know it's something I've experienced with my clients, definitely, as they've evolved in one area, the other area hasn't moved with it, and that can be a stumbling block, as it were. So part of this is for them. It's also for you if you've had some interesting dealings in your love life since you got successful, because we men have a challenge. We want to be the ones in charge and be the victors in our achievements, in our goals, in our hunting, all these things. We want to be successful. When we meet a woman who's more successful than us, many men who are of the unevolved or the unawakened state, so I did talk about the awakened and unawakened, I did talk about the awakened masculine versus the asleep masculine, I guess. A lot of men who are in the old framework can't handle, literally or metaphorically, cannot handle a strong, successful woman who's done one in her life, who's single, because they feel less than. They don't understand that it's a difference, not a comparison. And that's one of the dances of life that we have in relationships, is realizing that we're not better than or less than each other. We're different from each other. And that's the big aha, maybe, or the big message I want to get your attention, because men and women are different. Hello. But it also means in life and business, how we operate is different. So trying to compare each other, or compare ourselves to each other, or operate in a similar fashion is challenging. In fact, many strong, successful single business women occupy a very masculine space in business because that's how it works in the business world. Say that one again, because I think that needs reminding. A lot of strong, successful business women who are single, actually ones who are in a relationship too, oftentimes spend a lot of time in business being in the masculine role, which means the men they meet are in the same, it's almost like being comparable, and the same, and there's a certain level of competition going on. Who's going to be best, who's going to be less. If a woman who is in a masculine in business takes that into her romantic life, she's not going to get what she wants. In fact, she's going to dominate or demean or demolish any man she's with, known as the ball buster, which we talked about before. And this paradigm, this understanding that women, ladies, that you have this power to shift from masculine business to feminine role relationship, is something maybe that some of you ladies haven't understood before, because you've been raised in the principles of society, of business, of the companies you work with, of all the teachings you had about business success, that you have to do it a certain way that puts you into this mindset, which is a linear mindset like we are as men. Which means when you get into a relationship, you may forget to disengage that. How this is landing for you. This is kind of, it's an unraveling topic I'm sort of speaking to, so I'm just finding threads and pulling at them, see where it goes. Just bear with me. So, recapping a little bit. If you're a strong, successful single businesswoman out in the world doing great in business, an entrepreneur, running your own company, or a VP or an executive doing really well in business, know that your level of success in the world may not attract the man you want directly. And this is where it gets interesting. I've shared this before and I'll share it again here. When you are in that place, that level of leadership and success, ladies, you tend to find yourself coming up against three different types of men. One of which is, well, let me just describe the three rather than trying to pull them separately out. So the three types of men that you'll attract, generally speaking, when you're in the business mindset, you'll attract to yourself a man who is going to choose to be in the beta role, subservient to you because you're in charge, you're running, you're in the masculine all the time, and he'd rather play secondary to that. In fact, he's almost got no choice. To be in a relationship with you whilst you're in your masculine, he's got to be in his feminine, because it's a polarity dance. To have any sort of chemistry, and I'm speaking from personal experience here, being in the feminine is the only way that a man can be in a healthy relationship with a woman in a masculine and she doesn't shift, because that's the only way the chemistry works. It creates attraction. That's a whole piece, by the way, on its own. Polarity creates chemistry, which creates attraction. Keep that in mind. The second type of man that a woman who's in a power in a business doing things well attracts, generally speaking, is a man who thinks that he can compete with her in the same arena. Whether or not he can or not, it's not relevant. The fact he's trying to is what makes it so clumsy, because it's not romantic, it's competitive. Relationship is not a competitive sport. Romance is not a competitive sport. Let me make that very clear. I hope that lands. It's like, duh, like it doesn't make sense. So, and the third type of man, I would say frankly is the worst one for you ladies, because his mindset is he must win. As I mentioned earlier, that the drive for us to be the winners means that the only way we win is to knock down the competition. If we're chasing you for a romantic relationship and he's from that mindset, you are his competition as well as his quarry, his prey, which means he's going to basically try and knock you down. If you worked your tail off for 5, 10, 20, 30 years to build your business, the last thing you want is a relationship partner who's going to knock you off your pedestal. Not off your pedestal, off your success. The last thing you want is a man who's going to knock you down. That's the worst of the three. The good news is there's a fourth option, which I'll talk about in a second. So let me recap this briefly. The three types of men that you'll generally attract if you are a successful, strong, single businesswoman is a man who will become a beta, feminine energy to balance your masculine because you're running in the masculine. Be competitive with you to make this whole thing into a contact sport, not actually what you want in a relationship. And the third type is one that's going to basically try and knock you down, to take charge, to be the winner, because the man is the winner. That's the way men are supposed to be. But they carry into a relationship, which is also not a positive thing either. The fourth option, which is the one I recommend highly for ladies out there looking for the right sort of man for them, who's a successful businesswoman, portrays these qualities. First of all, he's not afraid of you. Clear? He's not afraid of you. Secondly, he doesn't feel threatened by you, which is the same thing in a way, but it's about your success, maybe more than he has. But he stands in a place of trust in who he is. And I'll get to the reason why in that in a second. So I'll hang on out there and I'll come back to it. The third thing is that he also honors you. In fact, he appreciates what you've done and praises you for it. He actually loves your success almost as much as you do. He is thrilled that you do so well because he appreciates that and honors that. That's the fourth one, by the way. He honors you. He respects you, he honors you, and he also does indeed cheerlead you. He's one of your biggest supporters in your success, your vision, your expression. The piece I was going to come, yeah, this piece, I'll come back to that. I'm glad the hook worked. I was like, okay. The reason why a man who's in his masculine, awakened masculine, can do this with you when you're in success and business and everything you're doing is because he is driven by his own purpose. The true nature of an authentic, awakened man is he's not looking to you to fulfill him. His purpose does that for him, and his focus has always been, or always will be, purpose first, relationship second. That's been my awakening for the last 10 years. So I know from experience this is important and it's real. So you ladies out there who are looking for relationships that work for you whilst you still maintain success in business require a couple of things. One of which is to attract a man who knows why he's here. Now ideally it's complementary to what you do, or at least in parallel with. Doesn't have to be the same, but in parallel with. That's one. Second thing is, you, as a strong, successful, powerful woman, also need the ability to put that to the side when you're in romance and become the feminine, empowered, authentic expression of the divine feminine in you in relationship, because then you allow him to own his masculine role, which is what he's doing and is living his purpose, and you two get to have an incredible chemistry, attraction, relationship, as I mentioned earlier. I think it's making sense. So ladies, my passion is helping you get that. My service is helping you get that. I create a program for you called the Attract the Man You Want. You think it might be about that? It is. So these tips, these suggestions I give you are pointers. They're indicators of what you can do, what you may have not done, and what's possible for you. I hope that you take this to heart. You deserve the best in relationship as you do deserve the best in business. All of that is on your plate. When you choose to honor yourself and thrive in business, and honor yourself and choose femininity in relationship, you win at both. And you can have both. My promise to you is you can have both. Never, never give up either one, thinking you can't have both. This is my anthem to you, that you deserve the best and you can have the best because you deserve the best in both. I think that sums it up. Okay. That was kind of coming out as a run through, so hopefully this is valuable to you. And if you have any questions or thoughts, please put them into them below and I'll answer the questions later on. If you feel somebody else should watch this, please share it with them, or if you have any groups you think you should share it to, please feel free to share it with them. And if you need any support, any assistance, reach out to me. I'm here to help you get what you want. You can have what you want because you deserve what you want. I think you got my point. All right, that's number 91 in an ongoing series of Facebook Lives. I do these every day. Tomorrow week, number 92. Hope this works for you and it gives you some thought, or I should say some food for thought. If you have any questions, again, please leave messages below. I'll get back to you. And certainly share this with somebody else who might need this. I'll be back in tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye.